What's going on, guys? I actually have a take 2 on this video. Yesterday I tried to record it and camera issues. Anyways, I am here with my review of the Boundary Supply Errant Backpack. And I'm actually going to be talking about the small camera case too, because that's part of the reason why I bought this particular backpack. I've been looking at this backpack for a while, honestly, since a little bit after it was out of the Kickstarter stage. Because that's kind of when I found out about it, to be honest with you. And my use case, I don't know if it's unique or if other people have this issue too, but what I use it for is I guess part-time job. I am a real estate photographer, and for that job I don't have a whole lot of stuff that I need to take with me. I got my camera, which is what I'm recording on here. I have this particular lens, a Rokinon 10mm, and I also take with me my 50mm lens. So there's not really a whole lot of, I don't need a full-fledged camera backpack, just something that will hold the little bit of stuff that I have. And I don't really, because I don't need a full-fledged camera backpack, I don't really want to have a separate backpack for my camera stuff when I'm going on a shoot, or for my random general stuff, laptop, iPad, pens, that sort of thing. I don't want to have two separate backpacks for that. So that's what I was hoping to get out of this. Now, before I get into the full review, let's go ahead and just take a look around the backpack just so you kind of know what's going on here. The backpack is actually made out of Codra. It's basically a nylon type material. It is all blue sign verified, I believe that's what it is. Basically what that means is it's sustainable, and the company is trying to be very responsible as far as what they use to source their materials, which is awesome. I think we probably need more of that. This part right here in the middle is a Hypalon material. Basically what that does is it just helps with the water resistance of the bag. And then you got your zippers here too that are all weather sealed YKK zippers. So this bag, the way it sits, it really seems, I haven't had it in any crazy weather conditions or anything, but it was just sitting in a handful of snow, and I wasn't worried about anything getting wet, to be honest with you. So I mean, it's, as far as weather resistance goes, it should be just fine for just about anybody. If you're going to be in a monsoon or anything, you probably aren't looking at this type of backpack anyways. We'll go around to this side. This right here is a water bottle pocket, and it actually doubles as like a tripod holder or anything like that. The cool thing about that is right in this little area here, they have this strap built in, if I can get it out. They have this strap built in, so if you do have your tripod here, you just hook the strap around to that hook, you tighten it up here, and then you're good to go. And I've had my tripod in there a couple times, and it fits absolutely fantastically. And then when you're not using it, you just tuck the thing back in there, and no one even knows that it exists except for you, which is awesome. This is actually a little magnetic latch to get into the back part of your backpack. We'll go over that in a second. Now this, funnily enough, is my absolute favorite part of the freaking bag. It's the back. This has very literally, this has got to be the most comfortable backpack I have ever had on my back. I don't care what I have in it. It never feels quite as heavy as my old backpack, no matter what's in there, and it's absolutely fantastic. The straps are pretty firm, and they're fairly rigid. They'll probably break in really well over time, but as they sit right now, even with being as firm as they are, they're insanely comfortable. So if nothing else, this is an insanely comfortable bag. Moving on a little bit, we have a little hidden zipper on this side, and this is just a flat area. It'd be good for, I think, a business card in here, but it would be good for maybe like business cards or passport if you need to carry a passport with you. I don't, so I just throw random business cards, receipts, anything like that I just need to keep handy. And then we got a nice little handle here, and we got a handle up top. The thing that I like about both of these handles is they actually feel in a way like folded over seatbelts. You fold the seatbelt over a few times, they threw some thread in the middle, and they called it a day. That's honestly, that's what it feels like to me, and they feel very strong. I don't think there's going to be any problems with that either, and I like the placement of them. This one's a little bit smaller, but it works for what it is. One more thing about the back before we leave. There is, on this side, there is a little Velcro pocket that hides another one of these guys. Now what this does is it straps across to this little loop, and then again you just tighten it up and it holds your straps in place. Now, two things that it does is, if you are going to be carrying your backpack like this, you don't have your straps flapping around, which is awesome. But another thing is they actually made this to carry on your rolling luggage. So you stick your handle in there and you're good to go. I think that's fantastic, because when you're not traveling, you take it off, you shove it back in its own little pocket, and no one's the wiser, and neither are you until you need it again, which I think is freaking awesome. Keeping on moving, on this side they have what they call their Commuter Pocket. And basically what this is it's the front pocket of just about every backpack you've ever had in your life. The pocket that gets all the shit thrown into, it gets your pencils, just your random little stuff. And that's what I have. I have my microfiber, battery bank, a little notebook, and then I also have, obviously, I have my pens and FIO BTR1K. I have to go everywhere with that thing. If you haven't seen my review, check it out, because it's awesome. I'll link it either up here or over there or in the description, or all three. Who knows? This right here, I don't have this accessory, but what this is basically just a keychain holder. They like magnets, and we're going to talk about magnets a lot here in a little bit. But that's what that is. You just slip that thing in there and you can carry your keys. A couple bigger pockets in there. You can organize it the way you want. But I like that little pocket. It's nice to be able to have for just random things that you want to throw in your bag. Now moving on to the front, I told you they like magnets. These are magnetized, and they're supposed to fit in here. I always have an insanely hard time until I'm on video trying to get this thing to work. Anyways, but under this little flap here is another little pocket. This pocket is lined with nylon, so if you have sunglasses, your phone, anything you don't want to get scratched, you could throw it in there and it'll work pretty good. I have my work phone in there right now. Just a nice little flat pocket there. This actually brings me to one of my first gripes about this bag. And it's not so much these, but it's this right here. There's not really a whole lot of room here to get into this pocket. So if you have this zipped up, it could be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get your stuff, especially if you're trying to do it one-handed. And this flap, right now it's mostly, no, there it is. It's mostly working with me, but for the most part, I have a really, really hard time getting this done. Getting these to go in here. So half the time I just leave it open. They generally end up finding the magnets themselves after a bit of time, but I just always make sure that this top part right here is zipped shut. And this actually brings me to the camera insert, which is right there. You got these two little dividers you can pull out and move as you need to. Generally, I don't have them in there because this is a long lens, and my camera with this lens attached, honestly, it barely fits in here. It fits, but it barely fits, which will bring me to my next point here. But I will take this out for the sake of this review so you can see what's going on here. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to get in there and out, apparently. You will see that we have these two buttons here, and then we got more magnets on the back. And basically how that fits in the bag is you have some magnets here. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but you got magnets here. They look like these ones. And then on the inside here, you have these little button snaps that these snap into place. And then on this newer version of the backpack, there's a little Velcro hideaway where this lid goes in. This is a pain in the ass to get in because there's no real easy way to do it. I just put it all the way in the bag, do my best to slide the thing in there, and then do my best to snap everything in place. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass. It really is. It's a great idea that they have, but the execution is just a little bit off. But there is a couple other accessories that you could get that Boundary Supply sells that go in here and snap in there. So, I mean, if you're not looking for a little camera cube or anything, I would check their site because they might have something that you like. But this flap actually, and I can't really get it too good on camera, but this flap, it actually goes all the way into the bottom of the bag. To be honest with you guys, I almost never open the top part of this bag because it's kind of a pain in the ass for me, mostly because of these. There it is. Mostly because of those. So we'll move on to this part of the bag. So real quick, I will show you that the first magnet that I showed you guys, it does stop this zipper halfway, which is kind of nice because this is your laptop and tablet and all that kind of thing pocket. But for right now, I will open it all the way so you guys can see. And I don't have a whole lot in here because I'm still trying to figure out how the best way is to carry all my junk. But I got a couple notebooks, and then I have a cover for my iPad, which I do need to bring with me when I take this bag, and I'll explain that in a second too. But let's go ahead and move on to this part back here. In the far back we have the laptop compartment, and then in front of that we have the iPad or tablet compartment. So this thing is finicky, and I actually just learned a little shortcut on how to get this damn magnet to come off. If you hold it from the bottom and then you put your thumb up there, it releases. And then it just kind of snaps right back into place. You don't really have to worry about it. But if you're trying to get in here quickly and you're not really thinking about what you're doing, it's a real pain in the ass. And then sometimes, if you have a laptop in here, a decent size, like a 15-inch regular laptop, not a MacBook, it can be a little tricky to get enough to go up to get this unlocked, or unlatched, I guess. But you go in here, and this is nylon again, so it shouldn't scratch any of your stuff. And then this right here, you got your tablet compartment, iPad compartment. This also has a magnet. I told you they love magnets. They are everywhere. The reason why I carry that case for my iPad, though, is when I have my laptop in here, if I have my Logitech Slim Folio case on my iPad, which does make it quite a bit thicker, it's kind of hard to fit them both in here, and the iPad really doesn't fit very well if it's on there, so I have to put on the slim case, and then I put the keyboard case in the backpack. These two front pockets are freaking awesome. I love these pockets. Right now all I have is my Microsoft Arc mouse in there. This is the mouse that I take with me everywhere because it is absolutely fantastic. I love this thing. It's probably the best travel mouse I've ever used ever in my life, and I'm not blowing smoke, I'm being honest. Over on this side, again, here, this actually brings me to another one of my complaints. I guess I just had one with the laptop compartment, but here's another one. But let's start with the good first. This pocket right here is a nice little stretchy material, so you could fit pretty much anything you want in there that's, you know, of size. Anyways, rolled up towel, maybe, I don't know, use your imagination, snacks, whatever. What I use it for is, it's my audio pocket. The cool thing is it keeps it a little separated from everything else in your bag. So if you know what you want to put in here, that's great, because when you have it zipped up and it only zips up halfway, you still have access to that pocket. So that's kind of nice. In here is the main compartment of the bag. If you're going through the top, it's the main compartment of the bag. You have these two pockets here, and they stretch out also. The only thing I really use these pockets for, and it's just this one over here, is for that 50mm lens that I was telling you about. And the reason for that is, and I guess this is my biggest complaint of the bag, with all these pockets that I've shown you, and I haven't gotten to one yet because the remnants of it are right here. But of all these pockets that I've shown you, which are fantastic, the fact that they're there is great. The problem is that every single pocket shares room with another pocket. So this pocket right here shares room with the water bottle pocket out here. So if I'm on a job and I have my tripod in here, I don't want to put my lens in here because my tripod is hard, obviously, and I don't want anything happening to my lens. So I put my lens in here. Well, you might be able to see, I don't know if you can or not, but you might be able to see the little bulge on this side here, and that's because this pocket shares a space with the Commuter Pocket out here. So if you have your Commuter Pocket filled up with stuff that you carry regularly, that leaves not as much room in this pocket. But that's the best place that I've found for that lens. Now, I'm not done. Remember that front pocket that I told you? Just a little flat pocket with the nylon. Well, you put anything in there, it actually takes up, not a lot, but it does take up a little bit of room in the main compartment here. I'm not done. On the bottom here, and I'm going to leave the main part of the bag open, but if I can find the zipper, on the bottom here, they have a compartment that is lined with the water-resistant, odor-resistant material here, which is great, but it's designed for your shoes. You go to the gym or anything, you throw some shoes in here, that's awesome. The problem with that is, if you do throw some shoes in here, it takes up even more room out of your main compartment. So there's a lot of features, a lot of pockets, but there's also a lot of compromise as far as space goes. And I don't really care for that. I think this could be an amazing, amazing bag. It could be one of the best on the market just because of the things that they have actually thought of. Like this little pocket here, making a little stretchy material, having these pockets on the sides here. The way that they wanted to give so much organization to your bag is fantastic. It's just that they did not execute it very well. Everything shares space with everything else. So I almost will never use the shoe pocket down here. This could be very easily could be one of the best backpacks ever, in my opinion, because if you don't need anything that, you know, you're not taking the world with you, you don't have to take your entire house with you when you go somewhere, you should be able to fit just about anything you need in this backpack. The problem is, in my eyes, there's too many compromises made with space to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. One thing that I didn't mention, I showed you in here, I showed you the little Velcro straps here. You might not be able to see them too well, but there's a couple Velcro straps in here. That's for a bigger camera case that they sell. I think it's either the MK1 or the MK2. That one that I showed you a second ago, that's the CB1, I believe. But that bigger camera case is probably what I will go with. It does hold a little bit more, and then they have a little bit of extra pockets in there for random things too. So that's probably the one that I'll end up going with. Just because this one, for what I need it for, is a tad too small. That's my review of the bag. It's honestly, it could be a fantastic, absolutely fantastic bag. The biggest thing that makes me want to carry it every single day is just how comfortable it is on my back. I don't really carry it a lot throughout the course of the day, but it is with me all day. It's just, I will put up with the inefficiencies for the comfort. The problem is I don't want to get a too much bigger bag. I wanted to keep it as minimal as possible. So I guess I have to make some compromises there too. I just wish that the stuff that they did in here didn't take away so much from the inner storage of the bag. Bottom line is, I like the bag. I will continue to carry the bag at least for the immediate future. If any of you guys out there are going through the same type of thing that I am, trying to find the perfect camera bag that doesn't exist, but if you're going through the same struggles that I am, do me a huge solid and leave a comment in the description if you have a suggestion of a bag I should look at, or something that's worked out for you if you're in a similar situation. Throw a comment down there. Let me know what you think. Just let me know if there's another bag that you've had your eye on that you thought might fit well, even if you've never used it before, just to give me ideas. Because I want to find something, and this is actually the second bag that I've gone through. I have the in-case, it's the in-case DSLR Pro Pack. This is a little bit too much camera bag and not enough bag for me. It's a great bag, it's just more camera bag than I need. So if you guys have any suggestions, throw them in the comments. Until the next video, which will hopefully be very soon, but until the next video, I will see you guys next time. And I hope, if I don't see you before then and you are an American friend, I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm out.